Hey, this is WhyBeAre with Deadliest Catch the Game. I previously played Deadliest Catch Alaskan Storm, which was a game that came out like 10 years ago, and it wasn't really that good, but it was kind of charming and I enjoyed it. So I decided, let's go ahead and try out the new game and see if it's any better. So we're going to go ahead and do a new game, and we're going to go through the tutorial, which I already have done, but it's a good way to give you guys an idea of what the game plays like without having to try to remember everything and possibly forgetting about some things. So welcome to the tutorial. Follow the steps on the right top corner to successfully end your first mission. So we have to buy buoys, buy crab pots, and buy herring bait blocks. So to do that, we go to the shop, and then let's buy what we need. So we need 3 buoys. So we go 1, 2, 3. Then we need to buy the crab pots, which are $1,000. Crab pots are expensive. So we get 2 of those. And then we'll get the block of herring, and we only need 1 of those. So we actually don't need to click anything. And then we hit accept. We've now bought everything we need. Now it says map basics. Show the map by clicking on your vessel. Check the seabed filter in the top left corner of the map. So over to the vessel, and then this is the filter. And then we also have a sea temperature filter as well. With all of this information all over the place, that will help you find the crabs. Do I know which information is like, yes, this is where the crabs will be? No, not at all. I can tell you what things mean, but I can't tell you where the crabs are. Like, different textures means it's muddy or rocky, and the redder it is, the more hot it is. So this area right here, this looks great, right? So to get to here, all we need to do is click on the map to fast travel to that location. Now we need to use the crane to put the pot on the launcher. The controls to the crane are right over here. And to control the crane, you can hit Z and it tells you everything. I'm not going to go over the specific controls since they're just listed right there, and I'd basically just be repeating what it says. But basically, we go to the pot. We pick up the pot. And then we bring the pot over to the launcher, and we place it right there. And we can leave the crane, and we go over to the buoy basket. We're going to grab a buoy, and we're going to attach it to the pot. Now we need to open the crab pot, and then go to the fridge. The fridge, we got that delicious herring bait block we just bought. And to make it even more appealing for the crabs, we grind it to this mushy, disgusting looking substance that crabs seem to love. Then we need to mount that into the crab pot. We close the door, and now we can launch the pot into the ocean. First to get it level, and then we launch it. So that's gone now. And now we need to do a little bit of time travel to get the crabs into the crab pot. And now that there are crabs in the pot, we need to get the pot out of the water. So we're gonna use the grappling hook, which sometimes can be difficult. We're gonna see how well this goes. Just throw it in, and yeah, okay, that worked. So once you're in this mode, you just gotta wait until the white bar is in the green, then you hit the key at the bottom, which is either gonna be A or D. And now I need to go to the machine console to do 2 things. First, we turn on the coiler, which pulls the pot from the ocean. Then we lower the hook, which we use to grab the pot and move it around. So grab the hook, grab the pot, put the hook on the launcher, and then we can go ahead and, we gotta pick up the buoys first. Forgot about that part. So then we put the buoys back into the basket. Now we can go ahead and open up the crab pot and then move the table to the launcher, which you can do using the controls over here, but you can also do with the control on the table as well, which is usually gonna be more convenient. Next, we need to use the button to get the crabs to go onto the table. And don't worry, this is a very gentle process for the crabs. Just don't look. See, now they're on the table, and it was very, very gentle. Next, we close the sorting table, and then we can sort the crab. Oh, first we need to close the pot door, apparently. Then we could sort the crab. All right. In sorting mode, you got to figure out 2 things. Is it a male crab, and is it big enough? If it's a female crab, it's no good. That one's a female. If it's too small, that's no good as well. This one looks pretty good. It is large enough and a male. This one looks a little small. And you don't have to actually wait for the little indicators at the bottom to show up. You could just like, oh yeah, that's too small, and chuck it earlier. But I like to play it safe and make sure I know for certain if a crab's too small. And apparently I'm great at catching small crab. Here's a big one, but it's a female. You can tell because the bottom is really smooth. So that one goes to the right. This one looks good. That's a perfect crab. This one looks pretty good as well. All right, there we go. Now we got some going. That one looks pretty good. All right, so about half the crab I catch are good and half aren't. This one looks a little small. Let's check it for sure. Oh, it's big enough. All right. So that's how you determine if the crab are big or small enough. You are the one sorting them, by the way. Once it tells you the information, you click which way to go. So next we get tub. And then we use the tub, dump the small crabs and the female crabs off of the side of the boat. So be gone, crabs. Oh, that didn't work at all. I guess they like me, but be gone. All right, that time I actually chucked them out in the ocean. It's kind of hard to tell because it's so dark, but I'm pretty sure they're now in the ocean. And the good crabs, we go ahead and put them into the tank. And we're done organizing crabs. So we close the hatch so they're nice and safe. And then we need to use the crane to put the pot from the launcher back into the storage area. And it's basically the exact opposite of what I did earlier. So we just move it over to there. And we are done on the boat. And we need to go back to Dutch Harbor to sell all 5 crabs that I have. Which is kind of hilarious because I'm not just selling them at the beach or something. I'm actually going to a processing plant and saying, here, I have 5 crabs. And at this point, the tutorial starts to repeat itself a little bit. So I'm going to be back when the new stuff happens. Okay, we are now in control of the boat. So with the boat, you could go forward, you could go backwards, you could go left and right. It's basically a car on water. And you can tell how fast you're going based on the position of that lever. So I'll be back once again when something new happens. Okay, we are now going to repair something. So we need to grab the penetrating oil from the storage area. And the thing we need to repair is the launcher. So we make our way to the launcher and you can see it's only at 50% of good conditionness. I don't really know what word to use in this situation. Obviously, the higher the percentage, the better condition it's in, the lower, the worse it's in. And the number I'm talking about is in the bottom of the screen right next to the word launcher. So it's at 95 and perfectly repaired. So now we put the oil back into the storage compartment and we're going to grab another pot again, which you've already seen me do. So I am done with the tutorial at this time, basically, and we can now start the actual game. And one of the interesting things about when you start a new game is you get to choose the length of the season and the time compression. So the length of the season is just how many days you get to go fishing for, and the time compression is how long a minute in real life is compared to a minute in the game. So these are the default settings, and I'm gonna just stick with those ones for now. And another neat thing that you don't see in the tutorial is that you can hire people to do work for you. So you go to the bar, and you can hire this guy who will bait and mount the buoys at the right time. And you can hire this guy who will operate the console. That costs a couple $1,000s, but having to do less work is totally worth it for me. Now with the extra $5,500 we have, we could go and buy a couple more crab pots. In fact, let's get 3 more crab pots. So we have 5 in total because you can see we already had 2. Now we have 5 in total. And that's all we're going to buy. I still have $2,500 that I'm going to be saving for later. I could go and try to buy some skills, but I don't think any of them are that cheap. Yeah, most of the skills here are very, very expensive and they will take a long time to save up for. So now, to the boat, let's find some crab. I bet they're going to be right here. This is a great spot for crab to be, surely. And now you can see my new workers. Hello, guy number 1, and hello, guy number 2. In fact, you can see everything because now it's daytime and not nighttime. So it says, the crew is working. So what do I have to do? I have to put the crab pot on the launcher still because nobody's going to do that. So let's go ahead and pick one up, slide it out, and then we place it onto the launcher. And everything else should be done by the crew, I believe. So we got number 1 who opens it up. Then he's going to go ahead and put... Oh, he's going to get the food. I thought he was going to get the buoys first, but I guess he's going to put the food in first. And then he closes it. Then he goes and gets a buoy and puts it onto the crab pot. And then guy number 2 launches the crab pot into the water. So yeah, that really reduces the amount of work that I personally have to do. And to make things work a little bit more efficiently, I'm just going to slam the throttle on the boat so it's always accelerating forward. And then I'm just going to keep placing the crab pots and they will keep filling them and dumping them off the boat. And this is also partially why I wanted to do the tutorial. Because when you're doing the actual game, it's so nice to have crew members doing things for you that I was definitely going to do that. And I might forget to show you guys some things because I'm going to just let the crew members do so much of the work. Oh, dumb idea. What happens when you attack a crew member with a crab pot? Go, go, go. Ah, you can't really do anything. You just kind of push him out the way. Oh no, it's stuck. I can't like move it out. I have to lift it straight up to get it out of there. That is weird. All right, next crab pot goes on. And I'm just gonna repeat this process until every crab pot is gone. It shouldn't take that long, so I'll keep you guys with me because each crab pot only takes about 30 seconds each, it seems like. And if you really wanted to, you could probably speed it up by doing half of the work for him. In fact, it probably could be faster just loading up the pot if you did it yourself. I'm not gonna lie, if you are running back and forth, you could definitely do it faster than him. The convenience is you could do it in a relaxed state like I'm doing right now, where all I'm worrying about is moving the crab pots. So I just have the next crab pot ready to go and let the little worker dude deal with all the little stuff. The guy who's at the control panel though, he definitely does that faster than you could. The instant the crab pot is ready, he launches it. He's very efficient. Did you see just how fast that was? It was just boom, boom, crab pot out of here. And that is the last one. So we can go ahead and go to the boat and drive it some. Or actually, you know what? Let's watch my little worker dude do his job. It's like when you're on a construction site. It's always nice to be the dude sitting on the side, watching the other guys work, knowing you don't have to do this. You used to do this, but now you've been promoted and you don't have to. So you just gotta watch them do it and be like, man, this is nice. And again, the crab pot is launched instantly. And then we're gonna wait for 4 hours so the crabs can get in the pots. We're using 4 hours because that's the time that was used in the tutorial. And then we have to go ahead and get the boat into the correct position to collect all these pots. So I'll just say fast travel to that location. And it should still be accelerating, I'm thinking. So we're gonna have to slow it down a bit and make sure we line it up for the crab pots properly. And one thing you could do to make it a little bit easier to check your alignment is you could use the exterior camera like this, and you could really see how well you are lined up for the crab pot to collect it. We need to accelerate a little bit more to get in line with where we need to be. And that looks pretty good. Make it come to a stop. This thing can actually stop on a dime for a big old boat like this. That is impressive. Move out the way. Ooh, or we'll just slam into you like that. That's fine. Because none of them will throw the hook to collect the crab pot. I have to be the one that does that. I also have to be the one that hooks the crab pot to bring it onto the boat and sets it onto the launcher. But they'll do everything else. So this guy, he'll open it up, he'll lower the crab collector, and then he'll tilt it so all the crabs get collected. Makes it pretty easy on myself because it's a lot of just remembering, oh, I have to hit this button, then this button, then this button, which can get a little tedious when you're gonna have to do it over and over and over. So it's nice to have just little workers who will do that for you. And we had 40 crabs in that one, which that ain't half bad. In the tutorial, we had like 10. So I don't know if the tutorial was just limiting me or if I'm doing 4 times better. Now we could go and sort these right now, but it's 40 out of 500. So you know what I'm gonna do instead? I'm gonna just load up this thing full of crabs and then I'll sort them all at the end. And apparently he's not gonna like relaunch it on his own. So I'll just go ahead and put the buoys back on it because I do want it relaunched. That's a good spot for crab as far as I'm concerned because 40 is a great number. It's the highest number I've ever had. It's also only the second number I've ever had, so it's not really a great comparison. So now we'll go and drive to the next pot, and you can see it there out in the distance. And collecting the pots does take longer than setting them because I was driving full speed, just dumping pots the whole time. Now we have to drive to the pot, collect it, dump it, and then relaunch it. So it probably takes about double the amount of time to collect the pots and relaunch them than just launching them initially. Also, we have a lot of gauges here, but I don't think they do anything. I think all the gauges there don't do anything. The only ones that actually do anything are the ones for throttle and direction. That's it. So we're coming up to the next pot. Go ahead and make sure it's as lined up good as I can. That looks pretty decent. Slowing the boat down, make it come to a stop, and then put in a neutral basically. We're still moving a little bit, but that should be good enough. And of course, I am the one who has to do the hook. Oh, this one's easy. Look at that. Boom. Easy hook. And let's double check if the other guy will do the hook that brings it onto the launcher or not. I don't think he will, but I want to give him a chance. Because last time I kind of did it fast. Nah, he's just going to stay in there until I do it. So I'll go ahead and do it for him. It's okay, man. You at least looked at it and tried. And I don't know what just happened there. Now, dump the crab. Excellent. So this is going to work pretty well, but we're going to do this 3 more times. And at this point, I don't really have much more to say on the matter. So I'm just going to be back once all the crabs have been unloaded. Oh no, but I can't reach. I want to put them on. All right, I put them on. Now he can do the rest of it. And I'll be back later. All right, every crab pot has been emptied and we have 202 crabs in total. So we're averaging about 40 crabs each pot. Now we have to sort them, and it's actually just me. I have to sort all 200 crab on my own because none of the other guys will help. Apparently in the future, they will have workers who will help you sort, but right now they don't. So this is actually going to be the majority of what you do in this version of the game. And like I said, you don't have to wait all the time for things to happen. Like you look at this one, you know immediately he's too small. And if he was too small, then you know this one's going to be too small. So you can just hit it before it even says anything about it. This one, you look at them and you take a look at their area right here. You can tell it's a male. So we'll go to the next one. That one's a male. It's large. He's good. That one's small-ish. We'll make sure. Yep, too small. Definitely too small. But I still got to do this 200 times. That's a lot of looking at crab butts. I'm waiting until I see a female, though, so I can show you how you can really easily tell when one's a female and one's not. Like a big female. There we go. So this is a female, and you can tell it's a female because if you look at it from like this angle, it's flat. Okay? And then when you look at a male one, like same angle, you can see it like curves in. That's a male one, and you'll see it's proof right there. Now, sorting all these guys, I'm kind of curious how long it'll take me doing it as fast as I can, which kind of looks like this. That one I'm actually not sure if he's big enough. Let's check. Is he big enough? Nope. So this is about as fast as I could sort them, and doing it like this, all 200, I'm going to time how long it takes, and we'll see what the answer is. And that is the last one. That took almost 9 minutes in addition to what you saw at the start. So in total, it'll probably take close to 10 minutes to have sorted all 200 crabs, which is a lot of time. That means on average, every pot is going to take 2 minutes and 30 seconds to sort through. And I mentioned earlier that it only takes about 30 seconds to dump a pot off. So you really will be spending a lot of time sorting the crabs in this version of the game. And you stupid junk crabs, you get out of here. Hey, you're on the floor. You know what? I don't care. I'm going to dump your friends and you watch them. They do it right. They like really do just fly. Like you just chuck the crabs off of the boat. Like bye-bye. They fly into the ocean. All right, last time. Chuck the crabs into the ocean. All right. So we are now done with things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save the game real quickly. So if I want to continue videos for this game, I can use that save. But now I want to go and sell the crabs and see how much money I made and see if I have any fines. Because if I had any female crabs, I would get fined. So for all that work, we got $14,000 and we were fined $0 because I did everything perfect. Every crab in the tank was a good crab. And we apparently had 1,303 pounds of crab in total. So that gives us $16,000, which unfortunately is not enough for the one skill I want, which is the one down here, which is called Skilled Eye, which gives you the ability to check crab properties without lifting them up, which I assume would make sorting the crabs much, much faster. They also mentioned that they plan to have an update to the game where it makes it where the crew members will sort the crabs as well, which will also make things much, much nicer, just because it feels like you spend a lot of time sorting crabs, which isn't one of the more fun factors to the game. For me, the more fun thing is like trying to find the crab, you know, putting the pots here, seeing if there's crabs there. If there's not, okay, I'll go move them and stuff. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Till next time, it's WhyBeAre. And remember, if you like or dislike this video, I will know. I can tell by the number of the crabs in each pot. So do the right thing, and I'll see you next time.